Ladies and gentlemen, dude, have you been to California lately? It's like a beautiful, flaming paradox. You've got beaches, sunshine, yoga, and billionaires. But also homelessness, crime, tech cults, and poop maps. Literal maps of poop. Not even kidding. You go to San Francisco and it's like Blade Runner meets The Walking Dead. Tech overlords sipping $18 oat milk lattes, while someone's lighting a tent on fire 2 blocks away. What happened, man? California used to be the place. Surfing, Hollywood, innovation. Now it's like Mad Max with Teslas. Don't get me wrong, still some beautiful parts. But you gotta step over needles to get there. LA traffic? Bro, it's not traffic. It's psychological warfare. You age a year trying to get to the grocery store. And that's if your Prius doesn't get stolen. And here's the kicker. People still defend it. They're like, it's just the price of progress. Bro, if progress involves human feces on the sidewalk, count me out. Homelessness is out of control. I feel for them, I really do. But why is the solution always like, do nothing? You can't just throw money at it and hope. California spends billions, with a B. But nothing changes. Where does the money go? I swear it disappears into some vegan bureaucracy. And the taxes? Don't get me started on the taxes. You get taxed for breathing. I sneezed once in LA and got a bill from the city. Property tax, gas tax, income tax, mental health tax. And yet, somehow, the roads still look like the moon. Wildfires, every year. But nobody talks about clearing the brush. They're like, it's climate change. Well, yeah, but also clear the damn brush. Smokey the Bear's out there crying. And let's talk about crime. You steal under $950 and it's basically a free sample. Stores are just watching people walk out with TVs. It's like The Purge, but slower and more awkward. Walgreens became Fort Knox overnight. Everything's behind glass now, even toothpaste. And the political scene? You've got mayors who do yoga, but can't fix potholes. People in office who care more about your pronouns than your safety. I'm all for inclusion, man, but priorities? Don't forget the tech bros. They're like wizards with hoodies. We're building an app to make your life better. Bro, I just want to be able to walk to 7-Eleven without getting mugged. Elon Musk dipped. Joe Rogan dipped. Tons of people are dipping. California is like that friend you love, but he keeps borrowing money, getting high, and crashing his car. But people still defend it. Well, the weather's nice. Yeah, so is Florida, bro. And they don't tax your soul. Speaking of weather, drought one year, floods the next. You can't win. It's like God's trying to tell them something. Maybe move inland, I don't know. Hollywood? It's a zombie of its former self. Endless remakes. No originality. Everything's political. Captain Woke 6 The Reckoning. Everyone's afraid to speak freely. Cancel culture is a sport out there. Say one wrong thing and you're exiled to Bakersfield. I miss when comedians could tell jokes without Twitter tribunals. And don't get me wrong, I lived there. I loved parts of it. Great food, great people, some of them. But the system, it's broken. Broken like a gluten-free ceramic pipe at Burning Man. You want to open a business? Good luck. You need a permit for your permit. And then someone still robs you, and nothing happens. Cops are retiring early, teachers are burned out, everyone's either meditating, protesting, or escaping. But they've got ideas, bro. High-speed rail, that still doesn't exist. It's been 20 years of drawings and disappointment. Meanwhile, the roads still suck. Gas is like $7 a gallon, and you need therapy just to park. I love how some people say, it's not that bad, you're just exaggerating. Then you show them footage of someone using a flamethrower in a Whole Foods, not a joke. Flamethrowers, in a Whole Foods. What timeline is this? People live in RVs now. Not for fun, because they can't afford rent. Median rent in SF is like $3,000. For a closet, with a rat roommate named Greg. Oh, and let's talk schools. Test scores are tanking, but hey, we banned dodgeball. That'll solve everything. There's a mentality out there like, if we just believe hard enough, it'll work. No, bro, You need action. You need policies that make sense, not just feelings and hashtags. And listen, I'm not saying it's all bad. You go to Big Sur, it's breathtaking. You hike in Yosemite, nature's magic. But the cities, man, they're falling apart. And everyone's moving to Texas or Arizona. Even Idaho's getting crowded now. Californians are like, we just want freedom. Then they bring the same policies with them. It's like escaping a burning house with a flamethrower in your backpack. You can't fix problems with the same thinking that created them. Einstein said that, or maybe it was Joey Diaz. All right, let's keep going, man, because we barely scratched the surface. California's like a 5-star meal, served on a garbage can lid. You're like, is that saffron or fentanyl? Let's talk about San Francisco again. Used to be gorgeous, right? Iconic. The Golden Gate. Fog. Article now, it's like Gotham without Batman. Just crime and politicians arguing over feelings. And tech? Bro, the tech industry took over that place. They show up with money and hoodies, then turn every building into a startup incubator. We're disrupting dish soap. What? And while they're printing millions, people are ODing on the sidewalk. It's heartbreaking. It's like luxury and collapse at the same address. Meanwhile, city councils are holding public meetings about equity in tree spacing. Trees. Freaking trees. Not crime, not fentanyl. Trees. Speaking of fentanyl, that stuff is everywhere. You could probably get it faster than a burrito. You got zombies wandering the streets, and nobody does a thing. I'm not even trying to be funny here. This is real. We've got a humanitarian crisis on American soil, and half the leadership is busy arguing over gender-neutral traffic lights. There was this one video. A dude was casually doing heroin in front of a cop. Just vibing, man, like it was a picnic. And the cop? Hands tied. Can't do a damn thing. Because someone in Sacramento passed a bill saying that's low priority. What happened to common sense? Like, hey, maybe people shouldn't shoot up in front of kindergartens. That used to be obvious. Now it's controversial. And don't forget the power outages. What are we? Medieval peasants? You're paying top dollar to live there, but can't charge your iPhone during wildfire season. And speaking of fires, the government shuts off power to prevent fires, but then people can't run their medical equipment, or cook food, or breathe. So now we have reverse progress. We fixed wildfires by returning to the 1800s. And these water restrictions, they'll fine you for watering your lawn. But you can leave a fire hydrant open for a film shoot. Priorities, baby. And let's not forget about the exodus. You know how many people are leaving? Everyone I know from California is either gone or Googling U-Haul availability like it's crypto. Funny thing, U-Haul ran out of trucks in California. That's how bad it is. People escaping like it's the last helicopter out of Saigon. And here's the kicker. Once they leave, they get to other states and say, we're here for freedom. But then vote for the same chaos again. Bro, it's like getting out of a cult and joining another one. The LA elite live in bubbles. They tweet about climate change while flying private to Cannes. Don't use plastic straws, they say, while sipping from a diamond-encrusted goblet of hypocrisy. There's also this weird war on meat. Meat is violence. Okay, but those Beyond Burgers are made in a chemical lab. Pretty sure my ribeye isn't more dangerous than a soy-based rubber puck. And the school stuff? Insane. Math is now racist, apparently. They're rewriting science to make it more inclusive. Like gravity's gonna be offended now. And they're banning books, then handing kids tablets filled with TikTok. You can't read Tom Sawyer, but you can watch someone vape in a thong. Parents are furious. But if you speak up, they call you a domestic terrorist for caring about your kid. And the irony? The rich people don't follow these rules. Their kids go to private schools with actual standards, while everyone else gets stuck in the experiment. And yet, they act like they're helping. We're saving the world, while the streets collapse around them. Now let's talk about business. Good luck trying to open one. You need 14 licenses, 3 inspections, and a psychic blessing. And even then, you'll get looted and blamed for it. You can't make this up. Stores are hiring security guards for security guards, and they still get robbed. Meanwhile, city councils are like, maybe it's capitalism's fault. Bro, the guy stealing diapers isn't debating Marxism. There's this toxic idea that all success is evil. If you have money, they assume you exploited someone. Maybe you just worked your ass off? But in California, that makes you suspicious, unless you're a celebrity. Then you can do whatever you want. You can commit actual crimes and still get a Netflix deal. But say something politically incorrect on a podcast? Cancelled. Forever. Let's talk culture. You used to go to LA to make art. Now it's content farms and plastic influencers. Everyone's chasing likes instead of legacy. It's also fake. Instagram is the currency of LA. Meanwhile, real artists are broke and burned out. Everything's a brand. Even your dog needs a personal story. This is Bartholomew. He's non-binary and gluten-free. And traffic? Still terrible.